People talk a lot about aging. They talk about wrinkles, health, retirement, slowing down, and becoming wise. But there is something they rarely mention, something far more powerful than fear of age. Something that almost no one expects you to take once you cross 60. Freedom. Not the polite kind of freedom. Not the freedom people approve of. I am talking about the kind that makes others uncomfortable. The kind that surprises those who thought they already understood you. The kind that whispers, "This is your life now. Live it your way." Because somewhere along the road, society created a quiet assumption. After 60, your world should shrink. Your choices should be small. Your dreams should be modest. Your voice should soften. Your desires should fade. And your freedom should be limited to what is convenient for others. But here is the truth. Something shifts inside you when you pass that invisible line into your 60s. You begin to sense your own life with a clarity that younger people cannot imagine. You understand the weight of wasted time. You understand the cost of saying yes when your heart says no. And you understand that freedom is no longer optional. It is essential. Imagine this scene. You wake up on a quiet morning. The sunlight is soft. Your body feels older, yes, but it holds a deeper strength now. You sit with your coffee, and a thought rises inside you. A thought that once felt impossible. A thought that once felt selfish. A thought that finally feels true. I do not need to live for anyone else anymore. This realization arrives slowly at first, then all at once. You begin to see how many years you carried expectations that were never yours. Expectations to be available, to be agreeable, to be patient, to be the one who adjusts, the one who sacrifices, the one who bends. But after 60, something in your spirit refuses to bend any further. The weight of other people's assumptions no longer fits on your shoulders. And without even announcing it, you begin to reclaim pieces of yourself. The world may not notice it, but you feel it. You say no without apologizing. You choose rest without guilt. You pick what makes you happy, not what wins approval. You stop explaining your choices. You start living for your own peace. Social psychology calls this the liberation phase. It is the stage of life when identity becomes rooted not in what you do for others, but in who you truly are. It is the moment when pleasing people loses its power, when fear loses its volume, when you stop performing the version of yourself that the world expects and return to the real one. And here is the part no one expects from you. You stop asking for permission to exist as you are. You take the trip. You say no to the favor that drains you. You protect your mornings. You leave the conversation that disrespects your peace. You try new hobbies, new friendships, new routines. You stop pretending you owe your time to anyone. This shocks people, not because you are doing anything wrong, but because they built an image of who you should be after 60. Quiet, predictable, selfless, grateful for scraps of attention. But you are none of those things. You never were. You simply spent a lifetime putting yourself last. Here is another truth that arrives after 60. You realize that your time is not endless. You feel the value of each hour in a way that younger people cannot yet understand. And once you recognize how precious your time truly is, you stop giving it away so cheaply. This is the freedom no one expects you to take. The freedom to choose yourself. Let me tell you a story. A woman once said that turning 60 felt like removing a tight pair of shoes she had worn for decades. Shoes that looked fine from the outside but hurt her every single step. At 60, she finally took them off. She said the world did not change, but she did. She walked lighter. She breathed deeper. She listened to herself for the first time in years. This is what reclaiming your freedom feels like. You stop accepting roles that exhaust you. You stop hiding your truth to protect feelings that never protected yours. You stop giving explanations for decisions that belong only to you, and slowly your life expands again. Not in the frantic way of youth, but in the peaceful, powerful way of someone who finally knows their worth. There is something else people misunderstand about aging. They think freedom belongs to the young, but freedom at 60 is stronger. It is wiser. It is cleaner. It is not about rebellion anymore. It is about honesty. It is about peace. It is about choosing joy without asking if someone else approves. And here is the most beautiful part. You no longer need to prove anything. Not your strength, not your usefulness, not your patience, not your value. Anyone who does not see it now never truly saw it before. If you have ever felt judged for living your own life after 60, remember this. People judge what they cannot understand, and they cannot understand this new version of you. The one who refuses to disappear quietly. The one who refuses to be small. The one who is finally done trying to earn love through sacrifice. After 60, you do not shrink, you expand. You return to yourself. You reclaim your voice. You reclaim your time. You reclaim your freedom. This is the freedom no one expects you to take. And it is the most powerful decision you will ever make. Now I want to hear from you. What freedom have you taken after 60? What choice changed your life? Share it in the comments. Your story can inspire someone who has been waiting to take their freedom too. And if you want more honest conversations about living life on your own terms after 60, subscribe and stay with us.